going on, movie lovers? Welcome to Apocalypse Movies. I am Jacob Bartley, and this is my review for The Founder, starring Michael Keaton. This is the movie about Ray Kroc, the guy who kind of built the McDonald's franchise off of a restaurant and name that necessarily wasn't his. He was a ruthless businessman who, kind of stole his business from these two brothers and, made it his own. And the business world is crazy and things like this happen, and this is one of those biopics that is like crazy to see how it really went down. And just based on that concept alone, I was really intrigued to see this movie. Of course, Michael Keaton starring in a film like this, he's great in the movie, and ever since Birdman, he's been killing it in his movies. He was in Spotlight. He's going to be in Spider-Man Homecoming this year. He's doing his thing right now. He's definitely back. And this movie is another sign of that. Overall, I think the movie is really good. Like, I'm surprised it's not getting Oscar buzz. I don't think it's great. I don't think it's one of the best movies of 2016. And by the way, this technically is a 2016 release. It came out in late December in limited release, so it's eligible for the 2016 Oscars. But I don't think it's not getting a lot of buzz. It's not one of the best movies of the year, but it's really good in my opinion. And it kind of is one of these films that focuses on the building of something. It's similar to The Social Network, where you see the foundations of certain things. And it's similar to the Steve Jobs film from 2 years ago, the one starring Michael Fassbender. I really had that feel, and I personally love movies like that. It really motivates me to be creative and to be motivated and be aggressive in chasing my dreams and building things up from the ground up. So that element of the story really hit home with me, because I'm like trying to build this YouTube channel up, for example, and some of the things that Ray Kroc is doing in this movie makes me think about the way I run things and the things that I should aspire to be like. Not that I want to be ruthless like him, but it makes you think, you can always be working harder and trying new things and trying new innovative things to push boundaries and push limits in what you're doing. And this movie really motivated me, so that's one of the main reasons why I really enjoyed it. Of course, another reason is Michael Keaton's performance. Absolutely incredible. Also, the storytelling in the beginning of the film. I'll get to the middle and the end as far as storytelling and pacing and my negatives, but the beginning of the film, the way it starts out, the way things flow is beautiful. I absolutely loved it. When he first meets the brothers, the way they tell their story, I was blown away. I was totally locked into this movie. I really enjoyed it thoroughly, especially through the first 45 minutes. It was almost perfect. If it would have kept that way, it would have been one of the best movies of the year for me, but it started to fall flat near the end. And also attention to detail. They paid so much attention to detail, gathered as many facts and things that they could. And of course, it's based on a true story, so not every little tiny thing they show in the movie is exactly the way it happened, but the creators, the director, is supposed to give us a good movie rather than tell us a exact repetition of what happened. So let's jump into some of my negatives. I thought, while the first 45 minutes flowed perfectly, great pacing, I thought the pacing kind of got screwed up from the middle till the end of the movie. They started jumping around too much, moving too quickly. I've been noticing this a lot, that when movies are just letting the story flow, then it feels natural. But then they have the time jumps, so many time jumps. And I understand you're trying to tell this story of him building this franchise and expanding it from 10 restaurants to 16,000 restaurants, but I don't know, it just didn't work for me, the way the story jumped from so beautifully paced and told to just very quickly jumping around all over the place. It didn't really work for me, and it take away from the businessman element to his personal life. But I understand you have to tell his personal life, so the movie ended up going all over the place for me, but it ended really strongly, and I thought the pacing evened out near the end, but near the very, very end, but towards the middle and the beginning of the third act, the pacing fell apart for me, and that's where the movie kind of fell flat for me. And the guys, I forget their names, I apologize, but the two actors who played the brothers, the McDonald brothers, were really great, and man, this movie kind of messes with your emotions because you're like, yeah, I want to be like this Ray Kroc guy in certain ways. Like I'm motivated to strive to be my best and do the best that I can, just like him. But at the same time, he is ruthless. He's not necessarily a good guy. You kind of end up hating him by the end of this movie because he does not care. He will trample over anyone and do anything to get what he wants in the business world, in his personal life, anything. And you end up really disliking this guy. And it goes to show that like the most successful people have to be really ruthless. And I thought this movie portrayed that perfectly. So overall, great performance, really good storytelling throughout most of the film, and great way of telling how a business was built from the ground up, how this franchise was created, one of the biggest franchises on the planet. So I thought overall this movie was outstanding with a few shortcomings. So with that all being said, I'm going to give The Founder an 8.5 out of 10. I thought it could have been better, but it was pretty damn good to me. And just because it personally, hit home with me and motivated me in my personal goals, and I love when movies do that. Alright, that's going to do it for my review of The Founder. I am Jacob Bartley. Thank you all for listening, and please subscribe to our YouTube channel. We would truly, truly appreciate it.